How's it going, everybody? It's Bourbon Recruit coming at you with a new series. I know March Madness is over, and if you're like me, you're upset. You know, it's one of the best times of the year, so I decided to do my own little version of Bourbon Madness. I had put 36 random bottles for my selection into a randomizer and randomized a bunch of seeds. I have not seen the bracket yet. I will see it after the first round, but I won't know what's in each class as I go through until probably, obviously, the finals. But we'll see how this works as we go. But in the glasses in front of me are two random bottles that I've had before. So everything in this challenge I've tried at least once. There's no, there's some ryes, there's some cask strengths, there's some single barrels, there's allocated bourbon, there's bourbon you find on the shelf. It's anything and everything, kind of going through and just picking which ones I like. And we'll go from there. You should be able to see which one is which as I go through. And then, of course, I will try not to look at the comments so I don't know. I'll try to get through probably 4 in each video. I'll probably kind of rattle them off pretty quickly. Not really focusing more on, full noses, full palates, full finishes, and more of just picking what I think is, better at this time. And of course, everything that I do try, again, palates change all the time. So tomorrow might be different. So, let me know. I won't be able to see until after the first round's over, but let me know which ones are, which ones I didn't do so well on and which ones you think I did. We'll get right into this. We won't beat around the bush. I try to do a little bit because I don't really want too much to change my mind. I really want one impression and go through and decide that way. I don't really want to overthink it much and just kind of want to go off first glance, what's better? So looking at it, they look about the same. Viscosity on this one is a little less, but we'll. Oh, that's nice. Wow, it's gonna be hard to beat. Wow, we're starting off with an absolute banger. Wow. I'm really hoping some of the better bottles in here aren't pitted up against each other, as that would kind of make it a little rougher later on, or a little rougher earlier on and a little easier later on, but oh, that's heavy caramel, heavy butterscotch. Smells smells a little different than what I expect a bourbon to smell. I see that's really good too. I think this one right here might be a step ahead. Not by much. Wow. So this is what I didn't want. I didn't want 2 really good bourbons, and all these bourbons could be really good. I mean, technically, 2 of them are blends, so have a little bit of whiskey in them, but this is not what I wanted from the first round right here. Yeah, this one definitely had more proof to it. This one definitely had a weirder flavor to it, but not in a bad way. Like, I got hit with like a little bit of sweetness, that caramel, and then something very, a little different than bourbon. leads me to believe it's one of the blends. But this one right here, exceptional. Wow. This one's gonna be tough to beat as we go through. I can already tell because that's really good. Like I said, both these are good. This one kind of elevated, but that's just me. So I will go along with this one, and we'll move on. Now we got two more coming up. After that first one, I'm hoping not both heavy hitters, but it smells good. It smells really good. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's definitely a heavy hitter. Wow, that is sweet and oaky, a little tangy. Like, honestly, wow. That's really good. I don't know. Wow. It smells good too. It just doesn't smell as good. Also really good. Get that caramel. It just, this one, wow. I feel like this one has more complexity to it. They're both kind of oaky. They both definitely taste a little aged. They're both sweet, but this one just had more complexity to it. So much so that I feel like this is the easy decision here. Not to take anything away from this one. And this is exactly what I didn't want. I didn't want all the good ones going up against each other right away, because I'm like taking out every good one that I have right away. This one, wow. I mean, the first two and then these two, like, all could have been contenders. Because, wow. And I feel like I'm going to say this about a lot of them because, you know, I like most of the bourbon I have. But, yeah, this one for sure moves on. This one still very, very good. Whatever one this is exceptional. Just not as exceptional as the first one. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This one's moving on. These are all being reported by my assistant, so she'll know which ones move on. I will not be told until after the first round is done. So, again, roast me in the comments if I'm making terrible choices, or you know, tell me what you would have done, because this is, first two are already super hard. So all four of these have been exceptional, and I know there's going to be a couple in here where I'm like, this one's definitely not moving on. Unfortunately, this one is a tier above this one. Not that this one is not good, but yeah. All right, now time for another, wouldn't call them rounds, but more of next matchup. That's nice. That's sweet. I have a feeling the sweeter ones are going to win, as I tend to move towards like the sweeter bourbons, but wow, that is good. I mean, fifth bourbon I tried, and fifth one I've really liked. I mean, so far all the ones I've tried are, and I'm starting to get a little worried that all the good ones are are seated against each other. Now, like, the seeds were randomized. I put them in a randomizer, and it built the bracket for me. I haven't taken a look at the bracket, so I don't know what is where, but whatever this system did was insane, because there's no way, you know, all of these bourbons that were picked are this good. And all 36 are on this table. I didn't want to put anything behind me, because I feel like anything that's behind me, I would be like, oh, it's like it's not there. So everything's here. I know the 36 bottles overall. I just don't know where they were seated. So I didn't want to you know, have even the slightest clue of what it is. And I feel like having the 36 here next to me, like, makes it harder, because I'm like, it could be, you know, the vast majority of these. I'm hoping this is bad. Oh, very tobacco-y, very leathery. Ooh, that's so good. Oh, no. All the good ones are going to be out by the first round. Oh, wow. That is really good. It has that nice tobacco note that I enjoy on the finish, where it's just like, it's there, but it's like, it's not overpowering, and I love that note. But I feel like easily moves on. Very good, very good. Wow. I feel like so far the 6 I've had, insane. Hard to choose, but first one's got to win it. I feel like so far for the first 3, this left one has won it. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes moving forward, but this one wins it, and get to the last one. All right, now we're at the final matchup of the video. We'll see what gets sent away. Ooh, it's good, but not great. Well, that sucks. I know exactly what that is. I can always tell, because for me, on that finish, it just dive bombs. So depending on what this is, I feel like this gives us a unfair disadvantage, because I like it, but Blanton's is not something that I feel like would move on past most of the bourbons that are in here. I like Blanton's, but it just doesn't compare to a lot of things. All right. Oh, that nose is great. Very oaky. Oh, that's just nice. Oh, wow, the complexity on that is just fantastic. Wow. I can't pin on... I couldn't even tell you what this might be. This is just really, really good. Whatever this is wow. This might be one of the better ones I've had so far. Yeah. For the first time, my right, your left takes it. Wow. That is so good. And I don't want to diss on Blanton's, you know, Blanton's is good. It's not worth the, I think, $85 in Ohio, that price tag. But I'm gonna look real foolish if this isn't Blanton's, because it's exactly what I think it is. Unfortunately for me, like I said, that signature, you know, it's good and then just dive bombs right away. You know, for me, I've kind of, my palate has grown past it. Not that, you know, I don't want to, you know, disregard people who are sitting there like, oh, Blanton's is my favorite, or, you know, Blanton's is fantastic. And it is, it's a good bourbon, but for me, it just, on that finish, it just dive bombs. Like, the flavor's just gone. And for me, like, I want something a little more complex than that. And whatever this is extremely complex. So this is going to be hard to beat. Wow. Whew. But again, I'll look foolish if this isn't Blanton's. But, you know, roast me in the comments if it isn't. Tell me, you know, not even close. Or, hey, let me know. Like, hey, good guess. I mean, I've had enough Blanton's where I feel like the second I taste it and I feel, you know, that finish just kind of right off. I'm going to know what it is every single time. But thank you for joining me. We'll keep this moving along. For me, I just want to find, you know, what's the best of the best. It's not really to find out what's the top 10, as another video I did before is, but for me, I like doing these because it's just like no bias, just, well, except for when I figure out what the Blanton's is, but I knew that was going to happen. But to find out, you know, what's the best I have open, you know, obviously I have my Rock Hill Farms, which is still closed, and for me, Rock Hill Farms has been my favorite so far I've had. Unfortunately, will not be able to open it up so I could put it in here, but you know, maybe next time I do this, well, for sure next year. Well, no, not next year, but the time after that, I'll be able to do it. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you think it's stupid. Give me some tips, some tricks, anything you want to let me know. I'll you know, take into consideration anything you want me, you know, to find, buy, and try. And for the next time I do this, put it in there. I'm always looking for recommendations, as, you know, I want to try the best bourbon out there. And that's what I'm trying to find out right now, is what's the best bourbon I have open, and go from there. But winners be, you know, my right, your left. And till next time, cheers.